Well, hey everyone, welcome to the Weekend Extra. I'm Josh, and I'm here with Pastor Jeff, and we're going to kind of debrief from the sermon. And one thing, Jeff, I just wanted to ask you is, sometimes when we talk about the concept of surrender, it can kind of sound negative, like all the stuff I have to give up. And I would like it if you just kind of address that, because I think it's more than just that.
So, yeah, absolutely. And I think it does sound that way to us sometimes, but it sounds that way because of our starting position, right? So if I said to you, you have to bring a human being into your life and they are going to dominate all of your time, they're going to consume all of your energy, and a minimum of half of your money has to go toward them. And you started from the position of that I'm selfish and I don't ever want to do that, that would sound negative. If I said to you, I'm going to bring a human being into your life, they're going to love you, they're going to serve you, they're going to go through life together, they're going to fulfill your heart, and you're going to share a wonderful journey together, I would be talking about marriage. Oh, by the way, it's going to consume at least half your energy, half your time, and half your income, right? So when you start with like a negative position, like if I follow Jesus, I have to give up my American dream, and I have to give up this, I have to give up that, then it sounds negative, right? But if you start from a position of love, like look what Christ did for me, and I love him, and I want to engage in that connection with him, and I want to go on that journey with him. And by the way, everything that I have, I bring to the table, right? So it's just all the mindset. You could do the same thing with a baby. Like there's going to be a little human being. They're going to poop and pee all over your house, you know. But when you have that connection, you're like, I'll do that to get this. Like that relationship, that life, that fulfillment is so meaningful to me that I actually don't think about the cost that goes into it that much.
Yeah, and that gives a lot more perspective. And sometimes we just make it too easy in a few ways to follow Jesus. So we need that kind of, we got to surrender.
Yeah, we start with the perspective that God is supposed to do everything for me.
Yeah.
And it's a false perspective, as opposed to I'm giving my life over to another who has given their life over to me, and now we journey together.
Yeah.
It shifts the perspective quite a bit.
That's great. And one other thing I want to think about is, I want to live surrendered to Jesus and following him.
Yep.
And that's a very radical place to be. And you even see people who sell their possessions and move across the world and live radically. How do I live fully surrendered and not feel guilty when I don't sell everything, I don't move to Chad Africa? You know, there's kind of a scalability to that. Can you kind of give me some perspective on that?
Yeah, so living a life defined and directed by Jesus is not what you do, it's your willingness to do it. So that's a big, big difference, right? So if I hold my life and my plans and my money and all that loosely, if God asked, would I do it? Now, he may not. He may not ever ask you to sell, you haven't moved to Chad Africa. But that I'm not worried about whether God's asking you that or not. We'll figure that out. I'm worried about whether you are even listening to what he may be asking. Where I'm living for the big screen TV and the car and the whatever, right? And I'm asking God to give me that. But I'm never looking at God and saying, my life is yours. You define me, you direct me, you lead me, and whatever I need to bring to the table, I'll bring to the table there. So every good and perfect thing is from above. Every blessing is from God. So we should not be like these guilt-ridden people because God has blessed us. On the same hand, we should not be greedy, hoarding people with God's blessing.
Yeah.
And so it's a tightrope that I believe the Spirit has to lead us through. And my greatest concern is, am I dialed into that, and am I seeking to be defined and directed by God, or am I just asking God to make my dreams come true?
Yeah, and Jeff, this goes back to what you've said, like the predetermined yes, that it's already a yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Ask me what it is you want me to do.
Yep.
So that's a great place to be. And so catch us next time on the Weekend Extra. Jeff, thanks for being with us, and we'll catch you guys next time.